morning, folks. Welcome to my humble off-grid homestead in the forest, and with the rain accompanying me in the background, foreground, on this rainy day. And rainy days are good for farmers and if you're growing, but I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted because I'm out all day, every day. Any chance that I get, working around the property, processing trees, pruning, weeding, and I'm looking out the window. I just saw St. John's wort. I don't know if you know about St. John's wort. That's the first time this year. It's just blooming now. They're good for as an antidepressant. But anyway, I'll probably do a video on that. But they're beautiful, delicate flowers, just like most flowers are. But rainy days are good for me because I get to come inside. You can see I have a tan. I can pass for Indian, Southeast Asian, I guess you can say. It's politically correct. But when I go into town, people think that I'm coming back from a trip somewhere warm. I mean, it's warm here, and it gets to high 30s sometimes, and it's only first week of June. Anyway, today I have a treat for you. Made, my kind of artwork. I'm a patron of arts, and whatever, I'm not an artist myself, but whatever whimsical furniture, structures, buildings, items that I make, I try to make as naturally as I can. And I'm looking to my right, your left. I'm looking at them now, but I'll show you in a second. Made by a local resident, a local artist. You haven't seen him, but you've heard him on some of my videos. And if you're a guest, my friend Woody, you are right. I will show you them in a second. I just have to stop the video and reposition it so you can see his artwork. Well, folks, we're back. That whimsical sound of rain. I can't get enough of that either. Even though it rains here, we get a good rainfall every week, so something like 2 days a week. But still, task at hand, or video at hand. So what you're looking at, you're probably wondering, what the hell am I looking at? Doesn't it look like something out of a Mad Max movie? Well, folks, you are looking at a white birch. Normally, you would see it like this, standing up. But as in my travels in the forest, as I do, processing the fallen trees, etc., etc., I collect these. And this, actually, maybe let me zoom in a little bit. Now, some of you already know what this is. In fact, I have a resident artist here that you've not seen but heard. And it's a woodpecker, my friend Woody. So what happens is that when woodpeckers arrive in very early spring, which for us is a little bit later than where you live, and waterways, like, even though we have streams and brooks on this particular property, may be frozen. But even if they weren't frozen, the nectar, the elixir, if you want to call it, coming out of white birch or yellow golden birch or maple, it's not just simply water. It's got some sugar content in it, and in fact, as you know, that's how you get maple syrup from maple by reducing that liquid to that gooey, syrupy consistency. So what happens is that woodpeckers over the, I don't know how many years, have learned that they can go around at that time of year, springtime, when the sap is running, go and, oops, can you see? Oh. So what they do is they go, and I mean, I've seen them from different angles, and so I'm just going to tell you about some of them, or two of them. So they start from, they could be starting from the top, and they peck, however length that they want to, and they move over however distance they want to, and start pecking again, peck, and they continue this all around. And just to show you that I'm not making this up, I will turn this log all the way around so that you can see their wonderful artwork. My kind of art. Is this about where we left off? Don't fall. How did I have it? That's how I had it. Oops. Maybe we'll leave it like that. So what happens then is that because the sap is running through the tree at that time of year, the tree is waking up, these wells, if you can tell, start to fill up with sap. Sweet nectar, elixir, sugary sap. And by the time he's done doing however length it takes, whatever time of the year it is, however fast these wells fill up, comes back and drinks this. And I have actually seen them go, instead of going down all the way and then starting the next row, go around the circle and then work their way down. Do you know what I mean? But in this particular case, I think it went from up down, because I say that because the line is so perfectly straight. Do you see? He's not really deviating from where he was, well, except for this case. And that could be because this branch was sticking out. And so remember, the woodpecker itself is about this tall. I mean, they come in different heights, and this one was probably about this tall, so it had to stand somewhere. And it's amazing how they can hold on to nothing, because these holes aren't previously there for him. So this bark is smooth as this. So, and this is pretty smooth. It's not like it's got ridges or whatever that it can claw onto. And then it pecks at it. So what happens to that? Newton's law, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. I don't know. And so white birch, actually this is actually a good example for me to show you. White birch, oh, you can't see. Look here. White birch, as this is, has 3 layers of protection. The paper birch that you see, the white, and then there's this about that thick of a bark. There. And then there's the actual tree. Amazing, amazing. Trees are amazing. Now, let me lay this down here and show you 2 more examples. Don't move. Of this beauty. Is that in the shot? Oops. And aren't they amazing? I mean, incredible, incredible. And I guess it didn't need to do as much work around the back of it. But here's another example of a tree that was probably dying because of you can see the lichen forming there, which is the main food for reindeer, or if you're in Canada, caribou. We call it caribou here, and reindeer, they're same animals. Yeah, so same pattern, also went from up down. If you can see the lines are straight. Or I may be mistaken. Maybe it did go around. You know, I honestly don't know. I don't know. I'm not young enough to know everything, as Oscar Wilde once said. Let me just get a close-up for you if you're interested in that. Oops, sorry. Yeah, so isn't nature amazing, folks? Unbelievable. If you ever saw this at a store or somewhere for sale, you wouldn't believe that a bird could have done this so symmetrically, and if you're anything like me, look for patterns and things. It's just amazing. I can't get enough of it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it.